Hello everyone and welcome to Learning English with Richard. That's me. Now today we're going to be looking into using the word hello. Now we're going to focus on using hello with formal and informal and also casual informal. Now with formal, this is when you're talking to people who you don't have much contact with. These are people who you are meeting for the first time, or maybe you do know the person but you don't really talk to that much. Of course, you can still use these greetings with family and friends. Is no problem, and also work colleagues as well. But let me just go through the formal ones so you have an idea. So the first on the list we have is hello. Hello. So when you see someone for the first time, you can say hello, hello, hello. Now, of course, like in most English-speaking countries, well, I don't really know about the US and Canada, but from the UK, you have to be really, really careful on how you talk to people. So, I mean, as I always say to my students, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that's one of my phrases which I like to say to people. Because if you say hello to someone in a high tone voice, it means that you're friendly, you're open, you want to engage in conversation. But if you say hello in a very deep, low voice, it's just to say, I'm not interested, I don't really want to talk to you, I don't care. So with an upbeat tone, you'll be more like, hello, hello. But with a much deeper tone, you'll be, hello, 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 like that. Right, for our next one, these three which I'm going to mention involve different times of the day. So for the morning, for the afternoon, and for the evening. So when you see people during the day, you say, good morning, good morning, good morning, like that. And then from 12 o'clock onwards, we will say, good afternoon, afternoon, good afternoon. And then from 6 o'clock onwards, we will say, good evening, good evening, good evening. Of course, while some of you are still learning, you will most probably come across good night. Now, we use good night as a way to say goodbye. Good evening is a way to say hello. But I'll be doing another video on saying goodbye on a later date. Right, our next one is, it's nice to meet you. We use this one to say to someone that we're meeting for the first time, or someone introduces us to someone. We will say, hello, it's nice to meet you. And you could put hello in there as well. Or you could even mix things up a bit and actually use your name and say, hello, my name is Richard. It's nice to meet you. And also don't forget the handshake as well. Always bring a handshake. So, it's nice to meet you. Sometimes people would even enjoy when they meet other people. They would say, it's a pleasure to meet you. So this is saying the same thing, like it's nice to meet you, but you're taking it to another level to say that, well, actually it depends on the type of person or the type of person that you're meeting. So you would say, it's a pleasure to meet you. Now, normally, we sometimes use this one at the end as well to say, it's nice to meet you, it's a pleasure to meet you. But we would change the sentence into a past tense and say, it was nice to meet you, or it was a pleasure to meet you. But in this case, it's you're meeting someone for the first time, so you just keep saying, it's a pleasure to meet you. Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. It's nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to meet you. Now let's look into informal. With informal, we tend to use this type of expressions when we want to talk to someone we know, someone who we're familiar with, such as family and friends, and maybe the old work colleague as well. So when it comes to saying hello, we actually shorten it to say hi, hi, hi. Now for the next one, we can still use good morning, but we always take the good out and we just say morning, morning, morning. You could even do the same thing for afternoon and evening as well. So you could say afternoon, 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 evening, evening, evening. Also, when it comes to informal as well, you can even put all at the end of each time of the day. So for morning, morning, afternoon, and evening, you can say morning all, afternoon all, evening all. So this is where you're not just talking to one person; you're actually speaking to everyone. This is mainly when you're in like a large group. So for our next one is when you actually when you do start talking to someone. Well, the first thing is we always want to know is how are things. You are using how are things to ask someone what's going on with them in general. So going back before, how are things? How are things? Hey man, how are things? Or you can even use this expression, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Now, of course, we can use this one for many different reasons. We could say that we haven't seen the person for a while, maybe like a couple of days or a few weeks. Or sometimes you're just really happy to see someone. It's like, oh, wow, it's good to see you. Normally, we always use this one when we at least expect someone to show up. Yeah, because you've got like two different types of versions for it. One, you're expecting someone who you haven't seen for a long time, or sometimes you are just walking down the street, you're in a supermarket, shopping centre, you could be anywhere, and you happen to come across a friend or a family member you haven't seen for a while, or maybe you've only seen them, haven't seen them for a few days, and you say, hey, it's good to see you. And finally, another one we can use is, what's new? What's new? Or, what's new with you? So for this one, you just want to know what's been going on with this person lately since you haven't seen them. Or sometimes, even if you saw someone like 2 or 3 days ago, you say to them, what's new? Because during that time, anything could have happened. Hi, morning. It's good to see you. How are things? What's new? So we've already covered informal greetings, and let's go over the casual informal greetings. Now these are the ones that you would do with maybe your friends or sometimes even with a work colleague. It depends on what sort of level of friendship that you have. Now the first one we're going to go over is hey, hey. Now I've actually warned many students about this one. I don't know what it's like in the US or in Canada or Australia, but if you're in the UK, particularly in England, I always tell students to be careful with not what they say, is how they say it. Because if you happen to say words with a high tone, very friendly, welcoming sort of expression, you get a good response. But if you talk to someone with a deep, maybe a grumpy, sort of angry tone, you're going to get another reaction. So when you use the word hey, this one you have to be very careful because this can be seen in different ways. So if we do it the positive way, so you see someone you haven't seen for a while, so you go, hey, hey there, hey man, hey, how's it going? That's a more positive way. Now if you were to do it the other way, make it more negative, like, hey, 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 this is seen more aggressive. This way, somebody might think you have a problem with them, or somebody wants to start an argument, or maybe someone is just having a bad day and they're just looking for a target, and you just happen to be the target that showed up. So always try to be careful. To be honest, even if you are with friends and someone says hello, how are you, and you say hey, your friend might think, okay, he's in a bad mood. All right, better leave him alone. Better walk away. Okay. Right, so the next one we have is what's up? So you can use this one by saying, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" Of course, if anyone remembers the Budweiser commercial back in 2000 when they did the "What's up," of course, that one has actually died out, over the years. So not many people use that one. Of course, it does tend to pop up now and then. So you use WhatsApp just to ask people, how are you? What's going on? What's new? That sort of thing. Another one we have is, how's it going? Now, try not to get this one confused with Joey from Friends when he says, how you doing? But this one is more, how's it going? So this is the same as WhatsApp, but this is a little bit more pulled back a bit to say like, hello, haven't seen you for a while. How's it going? What's new? So you just want to know what's going on with someone at the moment. And we have another one that's the same. It's like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? This is the same as the previous two. So you just want to know what's going on in someone's life, even if you haven't seen them for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, or even a few years. You always want to know what's going on in someone's life. And the last one we have for the casual informal, we have is yo. So yo, yo. I know this one was popular back in like the 80s and 90s. I haven't really heard people say yo that much, but if you do hear someone say yo, it's another way of saying hello. Hey there. What's up? How's it going? What's happening? Yo. Well, and there you have it. Just a very small list of different ways how we can greet each other in English. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be making some more content in the near future, so keep an eye out for those. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and also if you have any ideas or what other areas you would like me to cover, please put a mention into the comments. If you leave your name, I'll give you a shout out in the next video. So take care. Oh, and one more thing, when you are learning English, it's the most important thing. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So take care. Goodbye.